The AAF has gone through yet another week of action, and now we're going to be going into week 3. And today I'm going to be going over my AAF week 3 rankings. Today we'll be going over every team. It should be a pretty quick video. Just all 8 teams being ranked. Starting off with 5 through 8, we got Fleet, Stallions, Express, and Legends. Legends have now taken the number 8 spot. Express had it last week after being shut out. But the Legends take it back this week. They lost to San Diego 24-12, and they really have gotten beat up in both of their games. They got beat up by the Apollos, I believe, in week 1. And so now they're 0-2. I do believe that they are the worst team right now. And next up, we got the Express at number 7. They lost to Arizona. It looked like they had control of that game, surprisingly. I thought that they were actually going to win it. I believe they had a pretty good lead on them, but then Arizona ended up coming back at the last minute, and they won it 20-18. They're now 0-2 as well. I do think that they look like a better team than the Legends. So that's why I put them at number 7. They were shut out in week 1, and that's why they were number 8 last week. The Stallions are number 6. They were number 5 last week. They're 0-2 right now. They lost to Birmingham 12-9. It also looks like they were going to win that game. Birmingham came back at the last minute. The two better teams between the Express and the Stallions came back against them. But the Stallions, yep, they are number 6 this week. Number 5 is the Fleet. They were number 6 last week. They got a win this week against Atlanta. Of course, it's a good win. Of course, they are 1-1 now. They had that game at home, and they were number 6 last week. So they are starting to rise a little bit, and so it's good for them to be able to get in the win column for the first time this AAF inaugural season. Now for 1 through 4, not a big surprise to see Apollos at number 1. But first, we're going to go at number 4. Number 4 will be the Commanders. They were at number 4 last week as well, so they're kind of staying in their position. They lost this week to Orlando, which I believe is a very, very good team. I would not be surprised to see them do very well this season. Iron, the team that everyone really was talking about last week, they ended up winning against Salt Lake. It almost looked like they were going to lose, but they actually dropped 2 spots this week. They were number 1 last week just because they were shut out. But they're number 3 now, just because they didn't look very good against Salt Lake. Of course, the Stallions are a pretty good team, I think. Stallions are more of a team. They've had a tough schedule so far. That's the reason that they're 0-2. They played the Hot Shots in week 1. But I do think Iron, though, this is still a pretty good team. But I think the Apollos and the Hot Shots were more impressive between the first 2 weeks. And that's who I have in number 2 is Arizona. They were number 3 last week. They go 1 position. They're 2-0. They won against Memphis 20-18. They had that comeback win. They played well, but they didn't play good enough, I don't think, to be able to get that number 1 position, which belongs to the Apollos. They were number 2 last week. They're now 2-0, 2 very dominant wins against the Legends, now the Commanders as well. It'll be interesting to see some of these matchups as we get into the season where the Apollos have to face the Hot Shots and the Iron. Should be interesting matchups there. I forget who they have this week, but I believe it's a pretty tough opponent. So it'll be interesting to see how the Apollos do. For right now, though, I do believe the Apollos are my favorite team to be able to go on and get it pretty deep into the playoffs. I really think that this team, very talented, very impressed by them. Same as the Commanders. Honestly, if the Commanders were 2-0, they would be number 2 for sure. They played very well, too. It looked like the Commanders were going to win that game. And if they would have won that game, I probably would have put them as number 1 themselves. But, of course, that one loss against the Apollos, that drops them down a little bit. But I do think the Commanders, definitely a team that probably not many people are trying to talk about. But definitely these 4 teams are my favorites right now to be able to win the championship towards the end of the season. Of course, we are still very early on in the season. This season goes 10 weeks, I do believe, before the playoffs begin. Still several weeks to go. We still have, I believe, 8 weeks. So looking forward to those. It'll be fun to see how all this fares out. But yeah, those are your rankings for this week. Apollos, Hot Shots, Iron, Commanders are your top 4. Then your next ones are Fleet, Stallions, Express, and Legends. Thank you guys all for watching. Show some support and only if you'd like to. And I'll be going over my AAF previews for each one of the games coming up this week, coming up tomorrow, and I'll be going over my game predictions towards the end of the week. Thank you guys all for watching once again, and I'll see you all later.